Yo, what's going on, guys? Arkle here with another Apex Legends video. In this one, I want to talk to you guys about the current state and, in my opinion, a current huge problem when it comes to Apex Legends. Now, I was just trying to collect some footage for you guys so I can upload a brand new video, get a couple of wins maybe and stuff like that, find some clips for you guys to make a little montage and, pretty simple stuff, get a couple of wins. But what I've come across instead is, first, a lot of lag, like a lot of lag. Second of all, a lot of disconnects. And third of all, a lot of random and really annoying stuff that has been happening throughout the day and throughout a couple of days that I've been playing this. Now, I just want to get this out and clear this out. I have currently more than 80 plus hours invested into this game. I'm completely and 100% in love with this game. I absolutely think this game is amazing and it can blow any other game out of the water. But right now, as I know the game came out a couple of days ago, and I can completely understand that, and that's completely fine. But I'm just trying to give this game some critique of criticism, I guess, creative criticism. The game can improve over this fact. The first fact I want to go over is the server and connection issues, which can be easily fixed. The first big problem I have is when you get DC'd, which happens really often. I get into a game, some time passes, or I don't even get to a game. I get DC'd, and I go back to my menu. I think it's pretty easily fixable if you only give us a reconnect option. For example, if you get DC'd, give the other players a beacon, or maybe tell them trying to reconnect or something like that. Give the players an option to reconnect. I think that would be absolutely amazing to the game. And if someone does disconnect for some reason and they're doing really good, so they have an option to reconnect again. The second problem I have is the insane amount of lag once you get into a game. If there's a lot of people in a certain specific area, it usually happens in the blue zones, which I'm going to talk about later, specifically why I have a problem with the blue zones. When they drop down and there's 20 people there, the server gets super laggy. It's insanely laggy when it comes to a lot of players at one space. I also wanted to go across one thing that can be also really easily fixable. I don't know why, maybe it's only happening to me and maybe a bunch of other people, but me personally have been experiencing a lot of times where the game is just gonna crash. Just like that, just gonna crash, just gonna black screen me and gonna bring me back to my desktop. I don't know what's going on, but I think that's pretty easily fixable. Maybe through their I don't know, some program maybe? I have no idea. The other thing is weapons. I know that Peacekeeper and Wingman have gotten slight nerfs. Peacekeeper's fire rate has been reduced, and the Wingman's range has also been reduced. But the biggest problem when it comes to Wingman, as you can see on a couple of clips I have throughout this gameplay, is it's really high damage, really fast fire rate weapon. It's super efficient when it comes to early game, so if you drop in a blue zone and two enemies from the same team get a Wingman, they can pretty much annihilate your team with only one clip and two Wingmans. It's insanely OP when it comes to early game. Late game, it can 4-shot you. Early game, you can get one-shotted pretty much, because the headshot does 90 damage and the body shot does 45 damage. So, I don't know. One other weapon I also want to talk about is Mozambique. I think their weapon has a lot of potential, but the weapon is really bad. It sometimes does 15 damage, and the max I've ever seen or done myself is 40 damage. Now imagine this. You have a weapon that you need to reload, you only get 3 shots, and you can only shoot it in really close environment. What would you rather use? A weapon that you have to reload, or your fists that not only give you 30 damage but also knock you back and disorient you potentially, so your aim goes off. I think fists are way more efficient than Mozambique, but the problem is you find Mozambique much more frequent than you find any other weapon. And this is the part I wanted to talk about, the blue zones. I think the blue zones, in my opinion, are not that good currently. There's gonna be a lot of players dropping in and the loot is not that great. You can have 6 teams drop in to a zone where there's only 10 weapons. So what's gonna happen? One or two teams are gonna loot 1 or 2 houses. They're gonna get good loot, and instead of joining the fight and clearing out the entire blue zone, they're gonna pick up 1 or 2 items and they're just gonna go. So what's gonna happen is the blue zone becomes like every other zone. There's nothing special in it for you to gain. You can be one of those teams that like really find great loot at the beginning, and that's fine, but that's like 50-50. You can get great loot, but you maybe don't find any weapons. It happened to me so many times where I got a golden backpack or a golden armor, but I get no weapon. And the other team has nothing, they just have a Mozambique or fucking wingman, and they just won't tap me. Not with the Mozambique, of course, but with the wingman. So I think it's either like bump up the spawn rate of the weapon inside that specific zone, because if you compare it to Tilted Towers in Fortnite, you get a hella ton of loot in Tilted Towers. Anyone who gets out gets 10 plus more kills, because wherever you drop, there's either a chest or a weapon. So you can always go in and go for that engagements. So that's why people who come out of Tilted Towers usually have 5 plus, 10 plus kills. And it's always high risk, high reward. With the blue zones, it's either like, okay, am I gonna get a weapon so I can fight people? Or am I gonna get a weapon so I can kill everyone because they can't find a weapon? I don't know, it's just like something that I think needs to be addressed and fixed pretty soon. The other thing is the wingman. As I said, it needs a nerf, definitely. Either nerf fire rate or nerf the damage it does. It's kind of ridiculous once you get like one-shotted out of nowhere. You get a carbine, you get a R99, a couple attachments, but you don't find a good armor. And then you bump into a guy that has no armor, has a wingman, and has 6 bullets. Who you think is gonna win? If he has even slightly better aim than I do, if he hits one random shot, 45 damage. If let's say someone has a pretty decent aim, goes for the R99, misses a couple of shots, has to reload because he doesn't have extended mags, you cannot kill a person with 18 bullets in a mag. It's really difficult. But with the wingman, you're gonna have 3 bullets to spare, if not more, if you hit all your shots. So I don't know, I think wingman needs a nerf or maybe an adjustment to a gameplay. I don't know, I have no idea. When it comes to legends, I think everything is pretty nice. Legends are pretty decent spot right now, maybe except for Gibraltar's ult. I think that's like a better version of Bangalore's ult, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. And one thing I also want to mention is when it comes to the ammo, and when it comes to weapon spawn rates. As I said, the blue zones are kind of weird, but in general, houses are super random. Like, you can go up to 6 houses, get no weapon, or you can go to 6 houses and get only weapons and no ammo for those guns. That's also kind of ridiculous. I think, spawn rates of the weapons and ammo needs a little bit more adjustment. I think everything is pretty much addressed and it can be fixed relatively easy. But I guess developers just have to try it, I guess. I don't know. I know the game just came out and the new patch is coming out in a couple of days. I think in 2 weeks or something like that. At least it's in March. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. In this gameplay right there, it happened to me so many times where I was like, 2 teams remaining, I get 8 kills. And when I want to go for those last really nice looking kills so I can put it in a video, what happens is my game crashes. As you can see on this gameplay right here, I was doing really good. I was completely smashing it, but then in the end, where it was like potentially one team left because we killed 2 guys, my game crashed and I couldn't help my teammates, who unfortunately got killed because they thought I'd rage quit. They got flanked from the other side, which I was supposed to be looking out for, and they got killed. So yeah, I think the game can be pretty easily fixed, but right now, I don't know, I'm not really having too much fun with the blue zones and, you know, just the general stupid random facts about this game that just like, you know, I know it's like a wingman meta, wingman peacekeeper meta, but still, I mean, I don't know, I'm not disappointed, I'd say, but it's just like they could improve dramatically over these couple of days if they try. I think Respawn Entertainment really are trying their best to make this game, you know, what they intended to be, and that is, I guess, a pretty decent game. I think that's about it. I know it's like a rantish video. This is gonna be my last one, I promise. I mean, it is my first one, but it's gonna be my last one anyway. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching the video. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed it. I would also appreciate you guys smashing that like button. If you guys want to know what the last update was, I have a link to my last video in the description below. And if you want to improve on Apex Legends as well, there's also going to be a link in the description as well. And that's about it. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate every single one of you stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.